Hello, hello, hello. I'm Max, and I'm here with Aegis, and we're going to be covering the minor league match day one. We have some really exciting matchups today. Aegis, what are your thoughts?
Oh, dude, I'm so excited. I've been waiting for over the last little break. I can't wait to get this kicked off. The new team that I got drafted to is playing today, so I'll try not to be too biased, but I want to see some good games out here. The preseason friendlies were incredible. There was like a 12 goal thriller in one of them. I hope we get to see more of that.
We've had some thrashing so far, I think, in the offseason. Yeah, I mean, we have some great matches today. I mean, Krung Thep and Magyar are both the new expansion teams, league teams. And we just had a match day, Majors match day one, where they both faced head to head. So I think it's just as important here. New expansion teams, new history, new chances to make something happen. But right now, we're with Montreal United versus Cairo City. And this is looking good, especially since Montreal United just won the league, of course.
Oh, look, they have basically the same formation, just like mirrored. So one of them has a slightly deeper lying defensive midfielder, and then perhaps maybe a defensive-minded central midfielder. But they're just like slightly offset for both teams. Did you? I don't know. I just noticed that.
Nah,
Kind of
nah,
interesting.
I saw that too. Let's see which side kind of gets the best of the flip or whatever.
I do remember Cairo City coming off a very underwhelming last season. Some of the games I watched for them, they just looked very toothless, very strictly, struggling in attack, struggling to put anything together. But, they've got new drafts, new players. So perhaps this is going to be a rejuvenated, newly kind of, I don't know, a threatening attacking Cairo City. But we've got about 15 minutes
100.
gone, no real highlights.
Here's Cairo City. Oh, sorry, no. Montreal United with Clark.
Those jerseys are a bit
Playing it
too
towards the
similar,
end.
huh?
100%. Like, here's Sinclair. Oh, what a good save by Cambridge.
Nice turn, though. Got away from his defender there.
Yeah, you can't leave him alone. Guard. I think the wingbacks are going to be important in this game. That was a corner cross.
Oh, here comes Cairo on the break.
City.
Oh, poor pass. Oh, so bad.
That was quite a mishap.
Oh, here comes Montreal. Cairo's out of position. And win a corner.
Would he have done better there? That was quite the shot and a very good block.
I think corner routines are going to be so important for both majors and minors this season. Like, I saw a lot of that meta of like the corners to the edge of the box and like far post corners. Honestly, it's just been like metas and anti-metas and all sorts of stuff. But I think it's going to be really interesting to see. So I think it's going to be a very underrated goal scoring opportunity off corners. But speaking of goals, Albrecht with the first goal, but I think it might be counted offsides here. False alarm for Montreal.
That was quite the curler. I'm sad to see that was chalked off, but I 100% agree. The corners, especially in this FM and in this league, we've had quite a few goals from corners. But Bull again with another striking shot, but it seems like that was saved.
Cairo City goalkeeper's going to have a lot of work on his hands.
Montreal's been on the forefront so far.
Well, they are just a really great team, though. So Cairo City is going to have to come into this one knowing they're probably going to be the underdogs. But hopefully they can, hold possession deep, play on the break. Or if they do want to control possession a little bit, perhaps they can just slow the game down, But I think it's going to be hard for them.
What a mistake.
Nice little interception there.
Here's Naj. But he misses. That was quite the chance. I mean, you pick it up in that position. You got to kind of have at least a shot on target there.
Yeah, fumbled under pressure there. Was a good opportunity, though.
Let's see if they're going to be made to rue that mistake. Here's Clark with an outside of the boot cross.
You don't see many of those.
100%. That was quite the flare.
Nice.
Here's Skovgard again.
Oh, nice low cross in, though. Unfortunately, not finding anyone. Ball kind of bouncing around in the middle there. It is going to fall back to Millwall. Playing back to Savior. I think just going to slowly recycle possession here. Looking up the field. Cairo City with a front two kind of pressing unit. It almost looks like they're pressing in a 4-2-2, 4-4-2 shape. But Clark now coming off the defender, and Madge now going to break again. It is going to be a Cairo City counter, but I think Montreal has enough men back.
Yeah, so far, Cairo's defense has looked really good, especially with, the devil himself, Terminus Ultimus, and Haas in the back.
I wouldn't say it's looked perfect, but they've been stable enough. I mean,
100%.
They've faced about 0.5 XG already, but staying 0-0 is kind of a sign of, maybe that last-ditch defending is holding on. So I think anything can happen here. Free kick, though, for Cairo City in a decent position. Oh, not far away. I think that was saved by the goalkeeper, so this is going to be a first Cairo City corner of the game. Sturm here lining something up. Where's it going to go? Lopta unmarked at the edge of the box. This is going to go in near post, though. And unfortunately, nothing is going to come of it except for another corner.
All right, some big boy. Oh, Terminus Ultimus off the bar.
Oh.
And then Williams puts it behind. What a
That's going to be another corner, though.
That was really close. 100%.
Yeah, I didn't expect the best chance of the game so far to be a Cairo City corner, actually. That was good for them, though. They'll give them a little bit of fire.
They got some big boys at the back, Ron Flex and Terminus Ultimus, so, you can't be ever too careful with them.
Oh, yeah, Ron Flex is a great defender. It's cool seeing some of my pre-draft, academy teammates just around 100%. Succeeding, doing well. I love to see it. But a cross into the box, well defended, though. Last-ditch defending by Haas, my old teammate. Corner in by Bull here. Far post. Keeper is going to claim that, though. Make it look easy. Neither team at the half. Actually, all things considered, looking at the shots and shots on target, pretty close. Montreal, though, with the better chances and 70% possession to Cairo's 30.
I mean, Montreal's been dominant so far. I'm kind of surprised that they haven't scored one yet. I mean, they did get one chalked off, but still, they've had quite a few good chances and not being able to put one back in the net. We'll see if that hurts them the second half.
Yeah. But, look at I know it was brief there and we can't see it anymore, but the possession map, both teams are holding the ball at, relatively the same place in the pitch, kind of around the midfield area. Not one team is really getting pushed back or all out on the attack. I think it's just Montreal. They're about the same, but Montreal's just making slightly better chances. But, I mean, this could go either way here.
100%. I mean, it's 0-0. And Romflex picks up the ball here. The big boy's going to come tumbling down. Oh, but Xavier kicks it out. That's a Clark. Gives it away to Cairo.
On the turn. Oh, what a pass.
What a tackle by Xavier.
It's hard to do a slide tackle in the box when you're the last defender. That takes balls of adamantium. But, what a shot by Bull there on the counter. It looked like he chipped that into the far corner. Did you see that?
I saw the same thing. I was like, that's cheeky. I'm not going to lie. That was a great counterattack. Xavier at the back making a perfect tackle, and then Bull just capitalizing on the counter. That was
a crazy shot. I mean, that had to be intentional, but I have never seen a finish like that in FM. That's incredible. Bull now again with renewed confidence. Unfortunately, it's going to come to nothing. It is going to be recycled.
That was close.
Nice little play, though.
Taken away. Akahashi.
Triangles. Skarsgård now at the edge of the box. Ooh. Deflection. Corner, though.
Did Canders get a touch on that?
I don't think the goalie touched. I think it was a defender.
Corner kick
clearing away. It is going to find Ramos, though. He's got a 2v1 here. If he can find some support. He is going to be forced to the corner, though. But he did find a teammate. Yeah, unfortunately, Kairos is not able to break through.
Ramos, for Atleti Medellin, was very fast last season. I'll be interested to see if he can make any crazy runs.
Yeah, it was Medellin too. That is where I played, so that's where I remember Haas from as well. Yeah, no, there's a lot of great players there, but unfortunately, that is going to be the second goal for Bull. Near post, tap in. I mean, easy as you like. Great finish. That's the second of the game.
Montreal not making any mistakes this half. I mean, they were dominant in the first. They're showing it again in the second. But this time, Cairo City's defense really has no answers. Bull just gets ahead of Ultimus and puts away a wonderful strike.
Yeah, maybe I think the gap in quality is starting to show a little bit here. Montreal definitely looking a lot more the lethal team. But I wouldn't count Cairo out at this point.
I mean, 2-0 is never the best scoreline to have. One goal and you're right back in it.
That's what they say. It's the most dangerous scoreline. But I think Bulls said 2-0. Nah, 3-0. He's on a rampage. Hat trick right now. He's a winger too. He's not even a striker.
Hat-trick hero. I mean, yeah, he's been immense this game. And that passed so many different players to slot it back in the right. Canders maybe should have got down quicker, but what a goal.
Yeah, he's definitely making the team of the week for the minor league. We should do that. I don't know if we do that, but I think if we did, he should definitely be getting one of the team of the week cards. Here comes Cairo now on the attack.
Well, we'll figure out our best players of the match day, I think.
Yeah, maybe that's something we can chat about at the end. I'll make a little notes document real quick.
Sounds good. Oh, but here's Bull again. Ooh, wanted the fourth. Bull's looking almost quite ferocious so far. That was close.
Wait, hold on. Was Bull always a cam? I thought he was playing on the left wing.
I think that he was always a cam. But no. I thought that Cade Powers was a cam. I think that you're right.
I think maybe if they had a substitution, they moved his position. But either way, I mean, looking absolutely lethal. And Takahashi there too, I believe, with 2 assists.
He had quite the preseason, Takahashi. So I'm very happy to see that he's been improving. But Ramos with almost getting a goal back.
I was really close there. I mean, just a few inches wide of the post, I think.
One goal, and they might have the courage to score another 2.
Another corner. Corners breed corners now.
100%.
They can sure make
see if they get another
here.
one.
Claimed by the keeper.
Over that. Williams is a great goalkeeper. Even last season, off of Montreal's winning in the season, he looks good. Montreal looks good so far.
I think more impressively, though, in defense, they've looked incredibly. They recover so quickly. Look at that. Skovgaard back in a millisecond to shut that down. That's really good there. That's what you want from your defense. You never want to be outnumbered. But unfortunately, they are prone to making mistakes as Ronflex picks up a little forward pass. And then Clark picks out a pass. Swinging the pendulum.
Are they on the counter now? It falls to Bull again. Takahashi's wide open. Have a strike.
Oh, Takahashi.
That angle is tough to score from, but he does it anyway.
I mean, he's been making those crazy passes all game. He decided to take the shot. And who else with the assist but Bull?
Bull's having a game. Takahashi's having a game. Montreal having a game. The last season champions are making no mistake. They want to win it again. Want to go back to back.
We've got our first 10.0 rating of the season, and it's the first game.
Is it Takahashi or Bull? It has to be Bull, right?
It's Bull. Takahashi's on the 9.7. Well, he could change that with a shot here. Oh, no! Takahashi, you can't do that.
Bottom corner. Oh, my God. This is becoming a thrashing at this point. Takahashi and Bull are running circles around Cairo's defense. You don't have an answer for this. This is crazy. What a goal.
That's ridiculous. You can't be that good, man. First game of the season. I mean,
Bull and Takahashi
swinging. Here comes Naj, though, with 2 in attack and support. Not going to find him, though, and he is going to take the shot himself. Probably not the wisest decision, but I think at this point he's just fueled by rage. I would be too.
100%. I mean, 5-0 is never a pretty score. I'd be shooting anything at this point.
Storm, though, with the cross in. Oh, off the bar.
was
Very, very
close.
close.
That was close. 8 minutes left. Let's see if it can become 6-0 or if, Cairo City can get one back, make the scoreline a little bit less crazy.
I think Bull and Takahashi still want more.
I mean, I don't know if Cairo has an answer for them, so they may be able to get maybe one, even two more.
Scott right here picking up possession, finding Xavier. I've noticed Montreal look more confident playing the ball through the middle. Like, yeah, they're playing wide right now, but they've got these through balls that Cairo City just hasn't been able to really find, I think. Penalty! Oh, no, who's going to take this one?
Herman's ultimate. Goodell makes a mistake.
To be fair, I really didn't see what happened there. I didn't see much of a penalty, but I guess if the ref sees something. Xavier here, gonna bury it and make it 6.
Xavier with his first goal from the season, born in Misiones, Argentina. What a goal. What a player. I mean, the defense has been crazy, and center backs don't miss them. He puts it top right, smashes it. What a great goal. And Montreal's running away with it, 6-0. Could they make it 7?
That was great plan. Well, we'll see. Bull here picking up the ball way too easily from Wapta. Nothing going to come of it, but a little bit of a tussle in midfield here.
But as you were saying, I mean, they look really confident going inside of the middle. I mean, yes, they've had quite a few goals coming from, outside the box and also the corners. Takahashi right now on the ball. But, I mean, Montreal looks super confident.
How did that not go in? That looked like the freest goal I've seen so far, and that somehow didn't bounce in.
It seemed like it was an open net. I don't know. Maybe he scuffed it. That was crazy.
Naj has been the only one looking to make things happen for Cairo so far, I think. Sinclair at the edge of the box. Going to be a corner for Cairo. I think they're just looking for just like one redemption goal. I don't think they're going to get much more than that.
100%. Make it so that Williams doesn't have a clean sheet. That's at least a consolation goal.
Another corner, I think. Oh, nope, never mind. I just completely lost the ball there.
Jeez. Cairo having a very poor performance in their first match day, but Montreal, I mean, last season champions, you can't emphasize it enough. They look super strong. They're for sure contenders again to go back to back.
I can't help but agree. Do you think, though, asking your professional opinion, do you think Cairo City take this loss and go to the tactics board and try and create something new, or do you think we're going to stick with this for a little bit longer and see if they can make it work?
You have to go back to the drawing board. I mean, a 2-0 loss is something. 6-0 is another thing. That was quite the strike. But, I mean, you have to go back to the drawing board. This isn't like, okay, one or two players had a bad day. We lost because of a bad goal. This is a tactical mishap.
I'm looking a little bit at the positional, like the roles that they have, and I'm noticing that Cairo is playing with an anchor, who is someone that tends to drop into a sort of back five position out of possession. Interesting. Yeah, no, Montreal, what a second half. Let me tell you, Bull and Takahashi on perfect 10 ratings. That's exactly what you want. Let's see, Takahashi with 2 goals and 2 assists, and Bull with 3 goals and 1 assist. That was incredible.
You can't have a better performance than that. I mean, I'd give the man of the match to Bull. I know that Takahashi's been great, but a hat trick here is nothing to laugh at. And I mean, it's just utter domination. What else can you say?
1/2 hat trick too, which is incredible.
Even more impressive, it was a little, relatively short too. I think it may have been only, 15, 20 minutes between all 3 goals.
No, it was rapid. They whatever the manager said to them at halftime, I mean, absolutely set them on a rampage.
100%. I mean, probably some very strong words after that first half of points, but they couldn't really put anything in the back of the net. But I'd say 100% a deserved win, 6-0. But I'm excited for the next match. Athenai versus Kapstad. We'll see how this goes.
I'm trying to remember. I believe from preseason, Kapstad play a back five system. I know one team, and I don't remember which, but some team plays with a flat back 5, which I think is gonna be very interesting to see. And I know
I
some
think
team it might be Capstead, it might be someone else. They play with a
I
very
think it
similar
might be North
formation
Shore.
to you might be right. I know someone else plays with a formation similar to what, Schwarzwälder, Fußballverein plays, where it's sort of like a 5-1-4. It almost looks like a circle. It's a really interesting formation, but, I don't know. I just love the formation tactical stuff. So let's see what Athenai and Kapstad have in stock for us.
100%. I mean, I think Kopstad is for sure a team to look out for, but the formations. I think that Cairo City's formation last game really let them down. I think that Montreal had the better planting, and I think you're right about that anchor. I don't think that back five where Ron Flex would drop back really worked out for them. So we'll see if they go back to the drawing board and figure anything out.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm of the identity belief when it comes to tactics that I want my defensive midfielders sort of part of the pressing unit. Athenai here with a sort of offset 4-2-4, or it's more of a 4-4-2 with one of the wingers a bit more advanced. And yeah, here we go. Kapstadt with a 3-4-3, 5-2-3 sort of formation here. A lot more traditional looking, I think, than some of the other ones we've seen so far. Kind of reminiscent of Manchester United under Armorim, actually. I think we're going to have a fun one here, though. Anytime you see a back 4 play versus a back 5, I think you've got a recipe for something fun.
100%. Let's see how these wingbacks play. I mean, the core of having that 5-back slash 3-4-3 is those wingbacks. Can they put in any good crosses? Can they score goals off of headers? We're gonna see a fun match, I think.
If you look closely, though, you'll see they have one inside forward on the left and then one inverted winger on the right. So, but since they're both inverting, that means their wingers are going to be cutting in, and the wingbacks are definitely going to be running high and wide, which is exactly what you want them to do. Early chance here for Athenai that is going to go looping over the bar. Nothing's going to come too much of it. But as I was saying, they're going to be making those overlapping runs, and you've got the DM of Skovgard and the Volante. And hopefully, I think they're just going to be kind of sitting in the middle, maybe making some late edge-of-the-box runs. I like this Kapstad formation and the positions and stuff. It's something I'm very familiar with. So I think they'll do well here. Ashworth finding Skovgard at the edge of the box. Just like I said, those defensive midfielders getting into shooting range. Satoshi is going to claim it, though.
I think those DMs are going to be important this match, especially with the Volante position. You're going to see him making a lot of late runs into the box, and might get a goal out of that.
I do believe though that Skovgard is actually the deeper sitting one, more of a traditional defensive midfielder. Oh my gosh, what a crack there! That was almost something really impressive. But yeah, no, this is. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was going to say this is why I think long shots and technique is actually a very important stat for defensive midfielders, in my personal opinion and experience. I have had defensive midfielders who have cracked in absolute bangers from 25, 30 yards out, and they just get in the position and they're absolutely lethal. So I would not count them out at all to maybe get a goal or assist here. Another corner here, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think that DMs and wingbacks are really what's going to be the story of this game. But Athenai aren't going to go out without a fight. It's a very ooh, what a goal!
Oh, Ashworth. That was nice. Did you see that? Kind of bounced, I believe, off of the head of one of the other defenders there. Fell to his feet, and he just slammed it into that right side post. Let's see this again. Oh, off like a half volley. That's nice. Good power on it too. Keeper, unfortunately, not going to be able to get anything near that.
Ashworth with that, sixth sense, finding himself in the right position at the right time, especially as a striker. You don't really see him drop that deep into the box. Sorry, far back, outside of the box is I guess the better way of describing that. But here comes Capside again. What a strike!
Fenton's unfortunately just going to put it over the box. To be fair, I think he was in that position just because it was a corner, and perhaps he's not like the biggest attacking threat. So instead of being right at the front post, he'll be sitting back a little bit. But I mean, he got the second, third ball and absolutely smashed it. So that's all you really want from a striker, huh?
You do have to question Athenai why they were so far, into their box, not having anyone marking kind of the top of the box. But, Ashworth doesn't make those kinds of mistakes when he has those chances, but he's striking these.
Dude, I said it before. Look who's making all the changes for Kapstadt. It's the defensive midfielders. They're taking all the shots. They just need to get one on target here. There's Kapstadt again on the counter. Hunt. Oh, good tackle here, but
Ankle bends. Again, he's been cracking them all game. I mean, yeah, I think that volante position is making himself known. He's had 3 over the bar. I think he's going to score 1 by the end of the game.
Well, I think he'll be disappointed if he doesn't have anything to show for all the shots he's taken. Looking at the heat maps, though, you see Atenai holding a bit more possession, but a little bit deeper in their own half. And they also look slightly more spread out, I think, than Kapstadt here. Kapstadt's looking nice and compact, right in the middle of the pitch. Very defensively sound. I mean, yeah, Atenai hasn't gotten anything since about the 10th minute of the game, I think.
I agree 100%. I mean, as you can see with the heat map, Kapstadt is playing a lot more up than Atenai. It's down to the DMs, as you've been saying, and the wingbacks. I think that they've been pressing high, and it's been working out for them so far. But it's only a 1-goal lead. Anything can happen in the second half.
I agree, but I think that this is a bit more of a one-sided match, so I would not be surprised if Kapstadt can hold on here. To be fair, with the 5 at the back, you do have that sort of added defensive stability. Even if it is really a 3 at the back, just having that extra center back that can drift out, get stuck in a little bit more. I think Kapstadt might be able to hold a clean sheet here, but they're going to have to, not let off the gas. They can't let off here. Hunt already off the. Oh, I was about to say off the rip. Surely they don't get a goal in the first 10 seconds. Back to Skavgard here.
He's finding himself in all the right positions.
I know, he's everywhere right now.
I mean, he has to hit a goal by the end of the game.
I agree. He's to me, he's just looked like the most dangerous player on the pitch. I mean, he's making interceptions. Good play here, though. Finding Rubin. Can you find Corrigan or someone else at the edge of the box? Going to fall to Panda. And it is going to go over the bar. Atenai with perhaps their first chance in a minute, but nothing going to come of that.
It was a half chance, I'd say. Quite a far shot from outside the box. You would have really had to have something special for that to go in.
I mean, the first cross looked better, but it was kind of
true. But the 3-bag that gives you the extra defensive stability, as you were saying. Clearly, they've been dealing with the crosses very well.
Interesting to note, though, that both of the sort of wider center backs, the left-sided center back and the right-sided center back, are actually playing as wide center backs, which means they'll be stretching the pitch a little bit in possession, and they'll also have a slightly more attacking mentality. Oh, Panda here, though. Oh, on the break. Fast move, far post. That kind of came out of nowhere, didn't it?
I agree. I think that it comes down to those wide center backs. You can find quite a lot of holes in between, the middle center back and the 2 wider center backs. So just a great through ball into Panda, and he does not make a mistake with that.
It was a little dummy run by Kusicki, actually, that dragged the defender out of position. It was a very subtle little thing, but that was actually really nice there. Little supporting thing. I feel like those never get the attention, the dummy runs, because it's not the glamorous part, but a nice little bit of play there. Here we go. Kapstadt on attack.
That was.
In the corner here. What can they do? Swung in near post. Corner again. Dude, it's nonstop.
They're peppering them with corners. Can they make anything of it, though? They have quite a few big bodies in that box.
But wait, it's making me happen. Ooh, good save there, Satoshi.
It's going to be an interesting 10 minutes, I think. Kapstadt really needs a winner here. They've been dominating all game, but Atenai with the equalizer, can they get something here? Off the corner, Rubin. Sails right over the bar. That was close.
If Atenai can, I think honestly, if they just secure a point here, then that's a small win. I would not be completely remiss to say that it's, impossible for them to find another late goal here and snatch away the 3 points from a Kapstadt side. But here's Ashworth. What a save, though. Satoshi saving his side. Great save, getting low quickly. That's hard for a keeper.
That was fantastic. Ashworth maybe could have done better there, but that was quite the chance. But here they are again. It goes out for another corner. I mean, Capsted have had the lion's share of corners this game, I think.
Yeah, it's. I think both teams have had like at least 6. It's been a lot.
100%. There's still time left for a winner. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm feeling one. That's what I'm saying.
I want to agree with you. I think there might be something here, but as the clock ticks down, 89, only 1 minute at a time, I don't think we're gonna have one here. I think they are gonna have to settle for 1 point apiece here, which I think, honestly, I think both teams are gonna be quite disappointed by.
I think Athena is going to be a little bit happy with that. I mean, they were getting dominated for a large portion of the match, and to get a goal off of Capstad is no small feat. So I think Athena are the like, you know, the symbolic winners of this game.
I think they can be a little happier. To be fair, a 1-all draw with that XG table, I believe it was what, 0.2 something to like 1.9. I think Capstad's going to be very upset that they were just a bit wasteful with their chances, I guess. But
they had some big ones too. I mean, Ashworth towards the end, he could have made it 2-1. You had a number of chances there. I think honestly, it was tame from both sides. It wasn't, you know, end-to-end stuff, but Athena with the equalizer, they took a little bit, you know, away from Capstad, and you know, with that XG, as you said, you can't be upset about that. I'd be very happy with the point there.
I guess so. I did see though, the substitution that Capstad made, Dobra, who was subbed off, he was their highest rated player. He was on a 7.5 and he got subbed off, and the sub that came on for him got a 6.3. So perhaps if they hadn't subbed him off, they would have been able to find something. But that's just unlucky, you know?
I agree. And Dobra, he went first round in the draft too, I think. It's a kind of a weird decision to sub him off so quickly.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a tactical decision, but I think, Capstad just a bit unlucky here. But we've got Paris and London next. I think this is going to be a big rivalry heavy match, you know?
For sure. Across the British Channel, which one's going to have the bigger say here? It's going to be interesting. Both good teams,
Both horrible food cultures.
You know, I agree with London, but Paris, they have some good stuff. I like their fish stew. That's I guess a little bit of a weird thing for me, but I do like a good amount of fish. Yeah, but you know,
they're French.
It's snails. That's fair. I had some of the best Moroccan food in France.
I bet you could have the best Moroccan food in Morocco.
True. I've never been there. I want to go to Casablanca at some point.
Oh, I'd love to go to Fez. And Morocco is one of the few, like, I actually do. That's a country I've got on my map. Anyways, getting off topic here. Inter London versus Paris. As I was mentioning before, we are going to see a 5 at the back versus a 4 at the back. I believe it's London here playing with quite a standard 4-2-4, it seems like, with perhaps a slightly deeper lying striker and then more of an advanced forward. Let's see here.
Seems like it. But which one's going to have the last time the 5-back team won? Let's see if this is a replication or if, you know, the 4-back team kind of has the better say this time. But oh my God, what a goal right off the bat. Leandro Dybala.
Within a minute.
That was a strike. Got a deflection too, but still.
I don't think I saw a deflection there.
I think it went off of Bear, but let's see right here.
Oh, it came off. Yeah, Davidovich. Unlucky.
However you pronounce it.
Yeah, however you pronounce it, he's gonna be upset with that.
100%. I think you might have the better pronunciation there. Davidovich, yeah.
I'll have to look up.
You're losing the ball.
Good pressing unit here. Oh, it's going to be 2. Look at that. Within 3 minutes. Oh, offside.
I think the Inter just got saved there. Going down 2 in 3 minutes is nothing to laugh at. That's quite the deficit so early on. So maybe this is good for Inter London. Maybe they can make something out of this, equalize.
Maybe, but this pressing unit, though, looks very threatening from Paris. They're just like up all in their faces, and it's working. As I say that, though,
He's London.
losing the ball here. Can we find the through pass?
Hoffman. Loses out there. But no, it's into London again. Now on the wings. Gator.
Poor cleared from the keeper.
Penalty.
What? I need a ref
replays
for these calls. I need a ref replays for the offside in this penalty because I didn't see anything in that. Here's a chance to equalize. There it is.
Makes no mistake.
1-all, 8 minutes in.
Kerrigan got close, but we're tied 1-1, 8 minutes in. Is this going to become a high-scoring game? I don't know. But that was a pressing penalty, I'd say.
That feels dubious at best, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt for the refs there.
It's hard to make those decisions for sure, but and when they call a penalty, it's a penalty. What
a horrible place to lose the ball there. That was pretty close there from Belmont.
Here is clearly the most pressing side, really getting in the defenders' faces right there. They've gotten a couple off a couple steals there.
Yeah, you love to see a nice gegenpress. It takes a very well-structured team to be able to execute a press of that quality. Off the post here, this is going to be cleared. Very little opportunity. I like that. You see the wingback cutting in there, taking on the shot.
Yep. Paris is formation with two different volantes. I don't see that very often, but it clearly shows that the DMs want to get into the box, try to make those kinds of shots like Summerwine tried to do right there.
I don't want to spoil it too much, but I do believe my team also plays with a dual volante setup ahead of a back five. So
it's interesting.
We'll get to see more of it. I think it just works because the volantes, while still defensively, they'll still be planted in defensive midfield, but they just have the freedom to run up in possession and be a passing option. And nice save there. This is going to be a corner kick. No, this is a nice attacking game. I like the look of this.
I agree. The goalkeeper Neuer has been great so far, just like his namesake. But I think that this is going to be real end-to-end stuff here.
Lizard here, crossing from the byline. Can he find a head at the far post? He can, but it is going to be Neuer's claim. Quite easily, actually. Good, strong, safe hands from Neuer.
Neuer got across there pretty quick for sure.
Unlike the real Neuer at the Euros where he fumbled that one ball. Maybe that was the last Champions League.
I think.
In a minute.
No, I don't think he was playing. No, I think it may have been the Euros. I think you're right about that.
Was it against Spain?
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was against Spain. But, Lizard, you're having quite a few passes.
Oh, come on. I always should have shot there like way before that ping-ponged around. They overthought it.
100%. No one wanted to take the shot there, clearly. They were toying around with London's defense, but there again, he fell over in the box there. Interesting.
I think he just kind of tripped over himself. But see, that was the edge of the box corner routine. Ooh, nice little shot there. Neuer again coming up.
Is peppering the goal with shots. I think that he's been a bright spot this game.
Deep ball off the volley from the corner.
Yeah.
I mean, it shows you how much confidence he's got.
Already with the
first-minute goal there.
Exactly. Confidence must be high. And that was, he was quite open there. It's a shot that you got to take.
I just noticed, dude, they're playing with a poacher, which is, I feel like something that's quite uncommon to see nowadays. It's a very interesting tactical role. I do like the poacher, but I will say it's slightly hindered by the fact that it doesn't really help too much in the press usually. So I wonder if that's going to affect the defending from the front, so to speak. Here comes Belm. What? How did that not go in?
That was crazy. It says it went a little bit off the crossbar. I think that he shot it too high. But yeah, I agree. The poacher is a very uncommon position to have. I sometimes switch to the target forward, especially because when you got a big man up top, you got to get it to him as much as possible. But a poacher, I think, is for smaller, quicker players is probably a better fit. But it does leave you a little bit down a man when you're on the defense for sure.
I do think it's a matter of, like, I don't know, yeah, if you're just, like, a quick player that you can break the offside trap, you can blindside defenders, if you're fast and you have good awareness, then you can be a poacher. But otherwise, I feel like the advanced forward is perhaps just a slightly more well-rounded role. But going back to what you're saying about target man, genuinely probably one of my favorite roles in all of Football Manager. Maybe barring, like, the Metsala and, like, the ball-playing defender. I do love a good target forward. On support, especially when they drop a little bit deep.
I agree.
So fun to play with.
Exactly, especially when you got, like, a 6'5" player. But I think Belmont's fitting somewhat okay in this poacher role. It's a very hard role to perform for sure. But I think that Paris have had the better chances, but it's not been, many clear-cut chances. They've just had a lot of shots on target is the way I'm seeing it.
I mean, yeah, but they had, like, what is it, 16 shots to 2 versus, like, London. They'll get something if they keep this up eventually. You can't have 2 XG and not get at least something, right? Or is it going to be a Capstat thing all over
last
again?
game? Yeah. I mean, Capstat was dominating, but it doesn't. I mean, looking at the XG chart here, it doesn't seem like they're having really clear-cut chances. It's just been a lot of peppering. You saw some with Sour Wine, some with Dybala. It's going to be an interesting rest of the game, I think.
I mean, perhaps, but I'd still rather take peppering over nothing. And when you take into account London's only goal came from a dubious penalty, and since then they've had literally nothing. That, I mean, I think Paris might come away here the stronger team.
No, I agree. Peppering's better than nothing, but at the end of the day, if the goalkeeper's on his game, he's not really going to be phased that much. But maybe another deflection. I mean, Dybala got to go off a deflection. A defender touches the ball wrong. It's in the back of the net. 2-1. And, there's still a lot to play for with these 45 minutes, especially as Inter London get us started off.
We've got some subs down here, I believe, so that might change the game a little bit.
Let's see. It changed the game last game, especially with that subbing off for Florida for
sure. Dude, looking at London's XP table is just makes me kind of sad. It's just like a flat line. It just looks like someone died. Oh, they gotta get something, man. Show some signs of life, please.
Maybe another dubious penalty and they get a cheeky win here, but Paris again on the attack, playing it out wide. Have a good cross.
Beans and blood sausage. Oh, what a champ there. That was a crazy save.
That was great. I mean, Neuer really taking after his namesake for sure this game. He's been on fire.
I agree. I think Neuer's been one of the best players on the pitch so far. He's looked rock solid.
100%. Belmont getting into those positions, I just, that was a goal that was asking to be put into the back of the net.
McFoot Cakes.
It's a
finding
good
his
name.
defensive midfielder. Dude, there's some fantastic names in the FSL.
That is another good one. I like that.
I can't wait to make the sticker for him at some point. Oh, Neuer again, dude.
He's been on fire. I think that unless you have a really clear-cut chance, Neuer's going to be on his game, and this has a chance of ending. Oh, right as I say that, Kamsida's curse. Head with the goal. That was quite a goal right there.
I need to see that again. I looked away for a quarter of a second. Oh, I mean, yeah, that's just a nice near post header. That's so hard to get to as a goalie because it's so close to the goal already. It's hit so fast.
Exactly. You have to question the defense at that point. The defenders did not mark the man. It's slab head. That was a thunderous header.
Who do you think of when you hear the word slab head?
Maguire.
Yeah, I get that. I think Maguire, but I actually also think Van Hecke, which is ironic because that's my profile picture, but I mean, he's a bit of a slab head too.
I think that Chris wins. The ball is wide open.
I think the ball was offside. No, he wasn't offsides.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. The ball looked a little bit off there, but clearly not. Belmont with the finish. I mean, this might get ugly quick. Those were two really quick back-to-back goals.
Oh, you know what? No, I think Cabral almost got pushed by Belmont to be able to keep him onside. That's crazy.
That's hilarious.
Hold on, watch this again. Watch Belmont.
Oh yeah,
Just
interesting.
barely off the bar too. Kind of unfortunate for Dybala not to bury it there, but luckily his teammate was there with the rebound.
Dybala might be a little upset not having gotten a goal there, but a goal's a goal. It's 3-1 now.
He got an indirect.
London's gonna.
That's good enough.
Yeah, London's gonna have quite a fight to get back, especially since they've been kind of flat this game.
Yeah, I hope they can get anything here, but I'm just not seeing it. You know, like good defending from Aui, completely shutting that down. And now Paris is going to play through him. Belmont, back to Aui. Beautiful passing triangles. Finding space on that near post. Tapped in.
Oh my god.
Somehow didn't go in by...
That looked like the clearest own goal I've ever seen, and somehow that did not find the back of the net. That was crazy.
I couldn't even tell you what happened there. That's some dark magic, but here they come again.
Belmont. That's why.
Look how many people they have in the box, dude. It's like the entire team.
How they can't put those crosses in the back of the net, but yeah, I agree. I mean, it's just everyone's in there. It's kind of crazy. I can't imagine how many players they have back.
I'm just seeing like nice clinical dribbling, good passing from Paris. I really think that's the kind of gap in quality. They just look just a little bit more put together. There it is. I'm not gonna pronounce that name. That's I'm not.
He made it talk.
I think.
100%. I mean, what a goal! What a goal! I agree. Paris looks like a well-oiled machine. Dybala puts in a nice cross.
I mean, look at that. He had so much space and time there just to dig it out, and that's nice.
He may not talk. Puts in the back of the net. I think that's how you pronounce it. Wipe your way off. But
oh well, that makes more sense.
Gotta get a doctor for that. I'll have to come back to that name.
Dude, I felt. Oh gosh, what's that disease called where you can't read because like letters get all shaky? Dyslexic. I felt dyslexic for a second.
Yeah.
There we go, another corner. Slabhead not going to find a repeat of what he did before. I mean, Paris isn't letting off the gas here, though.
Exactly. They want to make it 6. I mean, I think that they're jealous a little bit of Montreal earlier today. They want as many goals as possible.
Yeah, they don't want to get out behind.
What a goal!
Hey, London's first shot is a goal.
That was a strike and a half.
That was nice. Let's see this again. Van Eindhoven goes at the corner there. Oh, he's so much space. Loses his man. Hit with his left foot there.
Top corner, yeah.
That's nice.
You can't. That's a goal and a half. I mean, it doesn't mean much, but now you're back to 2 goals. Maybe one more goal before the 80th minute, and you got a very interesting 10 minutes here.
I'm not if Paris have something to say about it, but I will say, I will concede. Very nice goal. Well hit. Should be proud of that one.
100%. And especially being into London's, first real shot of the match. Minus the penalty.
That's seriously. Dybala, who can he find? Finding Lizard. Dybala cutting back inside now. Lizard with a pass. Oh, that was good. Unfortunately, Neuer is
trying to keep him in it.
Neuer is doing all he can, man. I feel for him, though. He's made some incredible saves so far. Very unlucky to have 4 put past him.
Yeah. One was off Thunder's head. Ooh, that was interesting. Yeah, I mean, he's been unlucky all game. You've had 1 goal off a deflection. Another one that was, your defenders kind of fell asleep. You can't really put anything. You got to give him his props. That was a great performance by Neuer today. But
yeah, I mean, keeping a 7.5 rating despite having 4 goals is a sign of real quality as a keeper. So
he's gonna be one to watch for I think the rest of the season.
Yeah, should be proud of that performance for sure. There he is again.
I mean, his hands have been safe. Yeah, I mean, you got to give him his props. For sure, the man of the match for Inter London this game. But, unfortunately, when you get scored 4 against you, can't do much about that, can you?
Yeah. Goalie is only so much without a good defense and, an offense scoring goals too.
Exactly. Maybe you put him up top, he can do both jobs.
I'd love to see it. He actually crazy.
Maybe
He
that's
doesn't look like that tall of a goalie. He actually looks quite.
offsides, though.
No. Oh no, you know what? You're right. You're right. For a second, I thought you were right.
Lineman. Yeah. Belmont almost went with 5, fully putting the game to rest, but I don't know. You got 8 more minutes. It's gonna take a miracle for him to run to get it, back to 4-4.
Do you believe in miracles?
Just a little bit. I mean, there's so many miracles in football. You can't say no.
Well, the real question, I think, is does London?
That is the question. But they're playing as
oh my god! I mean, their defensive midfielders are just stumbling over each other. They look like drunks.
Oh my god! How did that not go in? Both posts, but the ball again. Neuer. It's just his aura that kept the ball out of the back of the net. I have to agree with you there.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna say this right now. Even though Paris scored a bunch and they've looked incredibly threatening, I think Neuer's more player of the match here.
I agree. You can't say that he's not. I mean, the ball has had quite a showing. Same with Belmont, but Neuer's been a rock. I honestly feel for him. 4 goals. I don't feel like it's representative of his performance today.
Yeah, I think. Well, to be fair, also Dybala did scuff that one shot, and he was very lucky that it went off the bar to a teammate. But I agree. He's also been really good. I mean, there they come again. Good interception, finding great passes, breaking the lines. Belmont, yeah, it's too easy for Paris.
A brace for him this game. Paris, they're just such a well-oiled machine this game. They've really been on it. You have to feel for Neuer. I mean, he's been great this season. Sorry, not this season. This game. It's tough, but when you have players like Belmont, I mean, you can see he's a good poacher. A brace, playing it behind the lines. I think he's done his role perfectly today.
Yeah, I mean that's great from Belmont there. That's a real, just a real good striker, honestly, all around.
I agree. Oh my god!
Belmont's again, hat trick now.
I might have to change my answer. I think Belmont deserves to win the match now.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say Neuer, but then they just conceded 2 goals in rapid succession.
Yeah.
Not that it's that much of his fault, but I think Belmont just takes it a little bit more.
1.4, and he still has 11-6 goal. Yeah. I mean, Belmont, they both. I think that partnership is really interesting to watch for the rest of the season. They've looked fantastic this game, and you gotta feel for Neuer. I think that's more of the story so far.
And there it is. That's the game. Dybala on a 10.0, Belmont on a 10.0. Even poor Neuer conceding 6 and on a 7.4. Feel for the man.
I really feel for him. I feel for him. That was quite a performance by Paris. Complete. I think that it's going to be interesting to see. The second team today that scored 6 goals. It's going to be interesting to see how they face up against Montreal later this season. But they look dominant. Even though that they let in 2 goals, it still was a very good performance.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're going to have some great games on our hands in the rest of the season. Just some of these teams that
100%.
look absolutely lethal. When they're going to play against each other, what's going to happen,
Yeah, you never know. But now, 2 expansion teams going head-to-head. I'm excited for this one.
I'm so excited.
Some history is going to be made today.
I'm going to be real. I love Magyar's colors. I love that kind of lavender. So maybe slightly biased, but I'll be cheering for them just because I love that. But I really, really want to see both of these teams play. I believe we played against Krungthep in preseason, and they were quite good. So I don't know.
That they did win 6-1 in preseason, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it was 7. I can't really remember, but they look pretty dominant this preseason. But I do like the crest from Krungthep. The football with the
It
little
is nice looking.
eagle wings on the back. You can't hate on it, but yeah, the kind of purple slash like yeah,
And
that
that
color's really
lavender
nice.
color is just one of my favorites. It's so
Yeah,
nice.
that's the word. It's gonna be interesting to see this game, especially since whoever scores first for these teams, history books right
What is
there.
that formation? That is. Oh, that
It's
looks like a
interesting.
crawled out of hell. Okay.
Magyar doesn't feel as adventurous with their formation this game. They look really open on the left side. It seems, set, but we'll see how it plays out.
I think they're probably going to be focusing play down that right-hand side then, because if you, this has happened before. And I know this happened. I believe it was during a cup game that I commentated, but there was one team, and their formation just looked like the number 2, and I think they're kind of doing that again here, but almost off to a crazy start there.
I've seen some crazy formations, just throughout all of the SSL. And this is, I think, probably top 5 for me. Or, I'd say top 3 crazy formations.
You do get some fun ones.
Yeah.
I know my team was messing with the idea of it was a 4-1-1-3-1, I think. But it looked terrific, but I think it worked pretty well in some testing. I don't know. Yeah, so it's a 4-1-2. It's really a 4-3-1-2, kind of,
Can
but
you
with
say
like
that? It looks like a weird 4-2-2-2, in my opinion. Because think about it, you have Mamba that's going to be kind of operating towards the cam position since he's an inverted winger, but he's playing really deep, so might help with the defensive duties. We'll see.
And here's Magyar on the break here. Can Krumfet get enough men back? Oh, beautiful pass to Scott.
Wide open.
Oh, that's so nice. I thought he was going to cross it there. He just went himself.
I agree. Scott, history books. First goal for Magyar in their history. I mean, special goal for the player, special goal for the club. And it's early. We'll see if we get any more goals this game.
Yeah, I mean, they could just get their first win here. First game, first win. They would have an 100% record, but that's nice from Scott. Perhaps a bit selfish to not square it across, but hey, if it works, it's good finish.
If it works, it works. And no one's going to say no to a free goal,
Mm-hmm. So, the more I look at it, the more I think it kind of looks like a back 4 with like a defensive 3 in front, kind of like a 4-3-3 would. Because on that left side, it's an inverted winger, which means he'll be tucking in. And then you've got a defensive midfielder and a box-to-box, which are all going to be kind of playing in the middle. So it's really a central 3. And then you've just got the one winger high and wide, and then you've got a front 2. So it's really a 4-3-2 with a random winger.
That's fair. I'm going to be into... I mean, Mama right now, he's playing pretty deep, so I think I'm going to have to agree with you. It does seem like an interesting, 4-3-2... Something like that. 4-3-1-2.
4-3-1-2. I don't even know, man.
Yeah. That's too many players.
I think what they're going to be doing, though, and I would be very surprised if they didn't do this, but in their team tactics, if I was playing this formation, I would definitely have the players on be more expressive. So that way they can
100%.
feel free to roam around a little bit. Because these positions, while interesting...
Here's Elliott. Oh, good save on Bismarck.
That's what I was saying. I think these positions in attack might be really good because they'll catch defenders out because it's weird. But I think in defense, it might be a little unstable. You have a really big gap on the left side. So you've only got one winger, really. And then, you've kind of got these weird channels. And then you've got no pressing on the front left. I think if the players have the freedom to kind of move around a little bit, they'll kind of naturally fill in those gaps. So here comes Elliott, though. Cross in. Can he find it? Oh, did he miss that?
Yeah. You're basically at the penalty area. You got to put that back of the net, but skies it. But yeah, no, I agree. I think that this has been a pretty intense end-to-end. It's had its moments this game so far, I'd say. It hasn't been completely end-to-end so far.
Well, all the games we've seen, though, have been relatively chill first halves, and then second half just comes in, alive with goals. So who's to say that we couldn't see more? You know what I want to see
100%.
after this game? I want to see the average positions of the teams with these
Ooh,
formations.
yes. That's no, you're right about that. I mean, it's been interesting so far. I mean, it's the first match day. It makes sense that the first half is a little bit more cagey. But here's Patterson.
Ooh,
Just
just
misses.
wide. That was a nice little run, though.
This
Nice good play.
100%. And this brings us to half. I mean, it's another, very low scoring first half again. We'll see if it follows the last couple games. Second half was just filled with goals.
Krug that, though, with actually the better XG, better chances and stuff. Okay, wait, look at these positions. Dude, it looks like a 4-2-4 almost. And like a 5-1-3-1. Yeah, it almost looks like a 4-4-2, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
So
No, it does
wild.
look like a 4-4-2. Yeah, I agree. And Magyar is kind of looking like a 5-1-1-3, which is also kind of interesting. Seeing kind of
Yeah,
like a
that's
little
not
bit
one
of
you see very often.
yeah, exactly. I'm very surprised by the player positionings there.
I love it. I love when two teams with unhinged ass formations play against each other. Because that's always when you get some fun stuff.
I agree 100%. But here's Henrik Lind. Also an expansion draft draftee.
I remember.
We have we have a very interesting couple of teams. I mean, with the expansion draft and everything, we have a lot of new faces on these teams. And I think that Seth is going to be a little bit upset so far that they haven't gotten a goal.
I think so too, but they look like they really want to make something happen here. They've had a bunch of really close chances. There it is,
here's
though,
the
Don
goal.
Patterson.
The two Elliots combining until Don Patterson puts in the back of the net. I mean, that was quite the cross, and I think one of the Elliots is going to be very upset that they didn't get a goal off of that. But, a goal's a goal, and now it's tied.
Got a game on our hands.
Is this going to fall for the last couple of games? Are we going to see, maybe 3 more goals?
I hope so.
A little bit more to shout about.
If you look at Magyar's formation, though, real quick, if you just moved Jim Matthias up to be a striker instead of a cam, you'd have the exact formation that Schwarzwälder plays in. Yeah, like 5-1-4 with one lone anchoring defensive midfielder. Oh, that was really close.
That was close by Mamba. I think that Thep's going to be putting on the burners now. They want a second goal. I think that the first goal was for sure deserved, and they probably should be winning at this point, but ooh, that was again close.
No, Thep's definitely looked a lot more threatening the second half. Where is this going to go? Oh, poor from the substitute there, but can be recovered. At least I think he's a substitute. I don't remember seeing him in the first half.
I think he is a substitute. Or at least he's been very quiet, but here's Todd. What a goal!
Oh, he got it! He got his goal.
Mistake from Von Bismarck, I have to say. That seemed very savable, but that was quite a shot. Has to be the power behind.
He kind of wrapped his foot around that one. Hard and low. I want to see that again real quick.
What's a touch?
First touch. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Von Bismarck should have done better there, but great shot.
That was a great shot. And I mean, you got to take those, and I think it's deserved.
I think Von Bismarck wasn't expecting it.
I agree. That's quite a shot to take. You got to have some courage for that.
All over the top here.
Tut, Mamba, he's open.
Oh my God. No way.
That should have been that. That's crazy. That could have been game right there. We don't have much time left. Elliott out to the other Elliott, but he does not find him. Very nice to see two Elliots on the same team. Patterson again. Back to Elliott. Is he gonna have another shot?
Oh, he almost got it too.
This time Von Bismarck was on his game. I think that he knew he can score though, so he was expecting it.
Man, Tut, dude, I was unfamiliar with your game, dude.
He looked good in the academy, from what I remember, and I think he was also a first-round draft pick. So, you got to put some respect on the name.
seems like Pep's been playing a lot higher up this half.
Yeah, they've been like kind of pressing a bit more, I think. Let's see. What can Magyar do? Let's just cut out again here. Except they've got Roger. He is holding that onside just barely. Finding Knight though. Can he find a cross in?
Patterson, Elliott. Oh.
They overdid it.
I agree. They could have hit that. I think Patterson had the better chance there. Oh, I thought it was a penalty for a second.
Late penalty would be very dramatic, but I don't. Who knows? We might have that.
The tackle from Stamp. Is there another goal in the game? That's to Elliott. He plays it. Ooh. Good goal by Mamba. Can we say game over?
I think so. Yeah, you got like 3 minutes left. It's game.
Good fight
back.
On the cake. 100%. I think it's deserved. They look dominant in the first half. I think that they were quite unlucky to have gone 1-0 down. But they make no mistake the second half. And as we see again, we've had another high-scoring second half compared to the first.
Yeah, once again, 3 goals quickly in the second half. Honestly, Krung might be able to get one last one here if they're really aggressive. Or maybe they might just kill the game.
Yeah. We'll see. Knight making a run. There's another chance in this. It goes out for a throw-in? No,
that's gonna be
Vanguard gets it. That's it. 3-1.
Yeah, no, a good game there. The wacky formation reigns supreme, I think.
Yeah, honestly,
is going to be picking up that player of the match there with an 8.2 rating, I believe it shows. Might be 9.2. It's
it's 8.2.
Yeah, well played.
I think you think Patterson deserves the man of the match, or maybe Todd or Mamba?
I think it's hard to separate them all, honestly. No one got more than 1 goal. I mean, Patterson perhaps just because he had some like a clear-cut chance created, and at this point it's just kind of separated by minor stuff. I can't point fingers and be like, yeah, you were definitely the best player today. I did really like Tut's long goal though, and some of the long shots he took. I think those were really nice.
I agree.
Wait, was he a sub or was he not? Did I make that up?
I mean, we'd have to go back, honestly.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Darn.
I wasn't paying attention either. But we've seen a lot of defensive mids kind of come out from, deep into their own half to take some long shots so far.
Quick question. How long do we have on this video left? Because I want to know if we're going to be in for a thriller here.
Got another 18 minutes, so I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Oh, gosh. All right. I'll try my best to not be biased here, but it'll be a fun one. What team are you on, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm on Montreal, so, season champs.
Oh, so you're on, like, a good team.
Yeah. I was very impressed with the first performance, but you got to keep it unbiased. But, game's over. I'm very happy with Montreal so far. I think that they've had a very good start to the season.
Man, I'm going to be in, like, a pissy mood if Soul throws here. And by Soul, I mean me.
Yeah. Nah, that's fair. I mean, Soul...
You'll catch me doing the shift at right wing.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited.
It's going to be an interesting match. Dejiron, right?
Yes, sir.
Would you pronounce it Dejiron or Dejiron?
Dejiron.
Dejiron? Gotcha.
It's my mama's name.
Nice.
Also,
Spanish?
I looked away for 1 second. What was North Shore's formation? I didn't see it.
This is I think it was like a 4-2. What's going on here? I think it was like a 4-2-3-1, if I'm not mistaken.
Classic.
Maybe I didn't see that correctly, but I think we'll see it again here.
Oh,
in
did
maybe a
this
couple
I
minutes.
think the simmer walked away from his computer. He forgot
I
to
think so too.
Oh, rip.
Ah, a little bit of technical difficulties here, unfortunately. Oh, who
Oh,
are
there he
they?
is. I was about to say, I guess we could use this time to yap, but never mind. Alright, off the bat here. Here comes Panda. Already
Chris
running
Ward
throw
gets it
in.
away. It's gonna be an
Alright,
interesting match. I think
these jerseys are way too
Seal.
similar looking, man.
I agree, 100%. Both really
I
dark.
genuinely cannot tell them apart right now on this screen
Nah,
share.
me neither. I think Seal and Seal won one and lost one in the preseason, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, but I think we were also sort of just testing different formations.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's not pronounced seal, it's Seoul.
Oh, Seoul, my bad.
Yeah, you don't even know your city's culture.
Nah, I'm on culture like that. I gotta visit Asia.
Me too, actually. I've never been, but
I wanna do a little bit of a China, Korea, Japan trip, maybe. But you need a couple
interception
months for
here.
that. But here's O'Sullivan.
Oof, dangerous cross in.
Derbatov almost with a goal. Here's
Oh
Rashford,
no.
the third.
I'm getting flashbacks to Academy and how many goals we conceded from corners.
Ooh, that was quite a tackle.
Hey, no penalty though. It was all ball.
No penalty, no penalty. That was all ball. We've seen 2 penalties so far, I believe. Let's see if we get another one this game.
I feel out of position right now. Okay, there I am.
Derbatov. Is he gonna put it away? He does. What a goal. That was
Derbatov.
A great name and a very nice finish.
Very Berbatov-esque player, honestly. He probably got that one. Look at that, just a nice little run in behind Primarius. Good
Andrews
finish
had
on Asprey.
quite a nice chip into the box to get it to Derbatov.
No, that was
They're
nice.
looking pretty good.
Oh, yeah, see, North Shore, they've got that flat back 5 that I was telling you about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so bizarre. Oh. You don't see those a lot in Football Manager at least.
Let's see. I think that, North Shore is going to be looking. I mean, honestly, I was going to say that the wingbacks aren't going to be making those runs, but I saw Ward there kind of running down the
Yeah, they look decent, honestly. I really can't, like, they already got a goal, They're doing something right.
Yeah.
Here comes Rashford.
Here's Rashford again.
5-1-1-2-1. What on
interesting
earth?
formation. It could work. I mean, it's been working so far, but I'm interested to see how the wingbacks play. Ooh, but
what a
here's
pass.
Young Min,
there it is. What a through ball.
Oh, but it's offsides.
No. What?
I want to see a replay.
That's Giga's friend. That through ball was crazy.
Yeah. I'm so upset that there wasn't a replay there, but, that's how it be sometimes.
Oh, well.
I want to see the VAR. Someone call it, please.
Nice touchdown from Walker. He's going to go back to Asprey here. Asprey finds Primarius. Got 2 men on him, so he is going to have to play around. Lasso, though, with some nice dribbling. Finds Panda out on that left wing back. Who just messaged me? Sorry, I got a message on Facebook Marketplace.
No worries. Is Dickie Roan out wide? Is he going to put it across?
Send in across.
Walker. Young Min. Oh my God, what a miss.
No, that was deflected.
That was deflected? Oh, okay. That's more explainable.
Yeah, no, Young Min wouldn't miss like that.
That would have been crazy. Panda. Stain. Ooh.
Not bad. All right. Not bad.
I think Barr is another one that, one to watch. I know that him and Dickie Roan have the Atletico Medellin, connection in the academy. So it's going to be interesting to see.
I love him.
He's a very good player. First round as well, I think, in the academy draft.
Oh, he was one of the first to go. I think he was the first one from our team.
Panda. Young Min.
Oh, Young Min. That was crazy from Panda to hold on to it there. He got the ball almost taken away like 3 times.
I agree. That was honestly pretty insane. Berbatov. What a tackle. Kyung-min's been on it this game.
Yeah, Hyungmin's a great player. In the preseason games I've seen with him, he's got
Andrews.
buckets of quality. That's good.
Andrews again.
Asprey completely stranded there.
Yeah, that wasn't Andrews with the first goal. Yeah, I'm mistaken, but what a Berbatov's been on it this game. First with the goal, now with a beautiful pass. Great. You got to question what the defense is doing there.
Big gap.
And Walker. Yeah.
I think there's still a chance here, but yeah, it's looking like North Shore here.
Who knows a dangerous lead to have, but it seems like Andrews was making quite the run from the midfield. I mean, he's been lined up very behind.
Here comes Premier now, finding Panda. Panda's been a little bit of a bright Hyungmin. Please don't watch sides.
It seems like it does count.
Okay, thank God.
Right before half 2. I mean, it's Seoul's right back in it.
Anything's possible. Oh God, knowing these second halves that we've been having, it could go anywhere.
100%. It could go either way. Can they make it 3-1? Right over the bar. I wonder if this is the last chance of the half. Yeah, it is. I think that North Shore have had a deserved lead so far. Seoul getting a goal right back before the half, I think does a wonder of good for them. You got to be interested to see what they're saying in the locker room right now.
Yeah, one can only imagine. I don't know exactly who has the most leadership in the team, but I'm imagining they'll step up a little bit. Hope everyone can get their mental sorted out here. But I mean, Seoul kind of rallied a little bit here towards the later part of that half. I think if they keep up the momentum here, it could be good.
I agree. And it seems like North Shore have, although, it's a flat back 5, it seems like the wingbacks are doing what wingbacks do, and they're playing quite high up. So I'm a little bit interested into seeing why they had such a flat back 5, but so far it's been working.
Yeah, no, it does seem to be working. Really can't complain. Red Panda is, though, going to be subbed off, unfortunately, which might be a bit of a shock considering he's been one of the better attacking threats, I believe. But here comes Hyungmin finding Blackwood out on that wingback position, and he is just kind of going to sort of clumsily fumble it out for a throw in. Let's see who can make something happen here.
Seems like Blackwood and Russell linking up. But Blackwood, is he going to have a shot? No, it's a cross. It's a lot of bodies. Hey, he wrong. Blackwood again.
Trying to make anything happen.
Lasso. Have a shot.
Oh, what a shot, Lasso. That was with his left foot. How did he do that?
That was a screamer. He kind of curled away from the keeper a little bit. Mobek kind of caught out there, I think. But what a strike.
That's one of those that you'd think is just going to go wide of the post, but it somehow doesn't. That's incredible from Lasso. That's so nice.
That was
such a quality finish from
Lasso. I think one of the best players of this match so far, and linking up with none other than Hyungmin. He's been on it too.
No, Hyungmin's been so good. My flowers go out to him. He's been so good.
I'm interested to see if the right side of Seoul has anything more to offer, but
I hope so. We suck right now. Here I go.
But Dae-Hee-ron still playing it out to Hyungmin. Lasso is making quite the run, but back to Walker. Dae-Hee-ron, is he going to make it a little bit of a... Ooh. Yeah, he does. Dae-Hee-ron picks it up. Ibrahimovic! It's 3-2! They made the comeback!
I got an assist! No, that was great play, though. And not just for me, that was a great finish from Ibrahimovic. Great run. I mean, Rashford's pressing really well, but Walker, what a pass there. From the byline, that's exactly what you want from your wingback. High and wide, sending in the cross for your striker to get on the end of. We have a game here, dude. We have a game.
We have a game. 3 goals unanswered from Seoul. I mean, North Shore clearly the halftime did not do much. Exactly. I mean, it's been, what, 10 minutes since the second half started, and we're already 3-2. It's going to be an interesting rest of the second half, I think,
Well,
for sure.
that first goal came right at the end of the first half, right?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Here comes Barr, trying to find something. Unfortunately, he's going to take a bit of a bounce away from him there. Can he get back? Press.
Oh, he's making quite the run. Is he going to have someone in the middle?
Oh, he is.
That was
what a run. What a run there. I mean, that's like the entire length of the pitch. He got past Barr. He got past what he had only.
I think he picked it up, too, all the way back there. That's a run and a half.
Yeah, that's a gut-busting run right there.
And
so unlucky from Asprey and Stain to not get anything on it.
It seems like Asprey should have maybe gotten a little bit quicker to the ball, but we have a game 3-3. If you're Seoul again, all that comes and collects it.
I remember Asprey having some great performances in preseason, so I know he's a very, very capable goalkeeper. Perhaps first real game, just some little bit of nerves.
100%.
Yeah, totally. That's totally understandable though. So I wouldn't hold it against him. But hopefully he can sort it out because I know he's got the quality for sure. But
I agree.
I mean, also same from Barr. I have not seen too much of him yet, but I hope he can. I know his quality, so I hope he can step up.
Mithadiro had a shot and a half.
North Shore now looking to kind of take the reins back a little bit from Seoul here. Can Seoul hold on?
Didn't seem too happy. Ooh, but here's Blackwood. Not to walk here. We have Barr wide open. Barr, he's playing in the middle. Is he going to have a shot? He has a goal!
There it is. There's his redemption. He needed that.
After calling out the right side of Seoul's formation, I think that I've been shut up. Like this has been crazy. Daeki Ron and Barr have both had an outstanding second half.
Yeah. That's exactly what you want though. That's what you want from your inverted winger, you want them cutting in like that, finding that channel behind the fullback and the center back. Good few touches, good finish. I mean, that's the quality that we know Barr can do. Bring that rating up to the green.
Gerard was sent somewhere to the shops. I think Barr was weaving in and out of him. He had no chance.
He's got a great dribbling technicality, Barr does. He's primarily more of a central attacking midfielder, but we managed to get him out on the wing. He's been doing really good there. He's kind of been repositioned a little bit. But it's just familiar enough to where, all of the skills and the stats he's got are still incredibly valuable. Really close there again from the cross. Blackwood looking very good.
Seems like the offseason did well for Barr. But here's Young Min. He's been kind of quiet the second half. Lasso. Blackwood. Is he going to have a shot? Have a shot.
Off the inside of the bar.
It almost looked like it was going to be, going in. Daeki Ron marching back to take it away.
That was all right. Seoul here with a 1-goal cushion, 10 minutes to play, but this is a nail biter. Which team is going to break first?
100%.
Cross comes in.
Poked again.
Full stretch.
And they cross again, but it goes out this time for a goal kick.
No, that one was offside.
That was offside?
Yeah.
Still, man. 3 minutes of added time, and we're going to get another highlight. It seems like,
last 30 seconds here.
Can Seoul keep it?
Come on, Seoul. Please. North Shore looking quite patient here, surprisingly, considering that they've got 20 seconds to make something happen. Kyungmin finds
it seems like Seoul's going to just try to keep it. Or are they? Daeki Ron's making a run. Was that for a goal kick? I think it's all over.
I think that was a tactical, time-wasting play there. That's going to be it.
And it's all over. What a comeback.
Get their first win. Who got player of the match there? I got a few 7.8s, but
I think it has to be Kyungmin.
I agree. I think Kyungmin was really good, but I want to see who the game
He was all over the place.
7.8 there from a ball. Because he got an assist. He was good. I remember he was very good. Some great tackles. Yeah, made 5 tackles, 100% tackle completion. Yeah, player of
Fred
the match is
Lasso with the
Brett
man of the
Lasso,
match.
actually.
That's
95%
interesting.
pass, 2 key passes, 1 clear-cut chance created, 100% tackles of 4, and a shot and a goal. Yeah, I mean, that's a great, well-rounded,
That's a great.
great
You know,
performance.
great performance from Brett Lasso, but I think in my mind, Hyungmin just had that edge. I don't know. He was
I
all over the
I think
place.
I agree. Hyungmin just looked so threatening, made so many great things happen.
Here we are
And
with
that's
the
gonna be it.
table.
Montreal are gonna go top of the table on goal difference after that frantic dismantling of Cairo. Kopstad and Athenai share the points. AS Paris with a great late rally to put Inter London into their place. Krung Thep, once again, great late second half to get a comeback 3-1 win over Magyar. And Seoul in the closest game out of all of them, just barely managing to hold on over a very good-looking North Shore United. So as the table stands, you wanna read them down?
Yeah, so Montreal in first, Paris in second, Thep in third, Seoul in fourth, Athena in fifth, Hampstead sixth, North Shore seventh, Magyar eighth, ninth London, and 10th Cairo with that absolute smashing of 6-0. Do you have a man of
Mhm.
the match day?
Well, I've been writing down the players that got the best rating. So we had 4 10 out of 10s, and those belong to Bull and Takahashi from the first game from Montreal, and Belmont and Dybala from Paris from the London game. Those were the 4, uh I mean, I
Mhm.
say 10 out of 10s because they were, but there were also a bunch of other great players. But they were the, I guess the biggest difference makers. Strikers and wingers, they did incredible. They all got hat tricks and assists galore. Belmont got a hat trick. Dybala, I believe, got a goal and like 2 or 3 assists. Bull got a hat
Yep.
trick, and Takahashi got 2 goals and an assist too, I believe.
Yep.
No,
Eh,
sorry. Bull got 3 goals and 1 assist, and Takahashi got 2 goals and 2 assists.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's right. I mean, I just a little bit of a, on the defensive side, I think you have to give, I guess, the defensive man of the, man of the match day has to be Neuer. He
Great
six
goalkeeping
six two
performance.
6-2 is a tough score line. I don't think that it should have been 6-2. At least it was not Neuer's fault that it was 6-2. He was a rock at the back. And I
Mhm,
think that
mhm.
for offensive, I'd have to give it to Heather Bull. I mean, Takahashi two goals, 2 assists, but I thought Heather Bull was just on it that game.
Nah, Bull was
Uh,
great.
I th- yeah, they had a little bit of a robbery in the middle. Sorry, they robbed the defense to score the first. So honestly, it was a really really impressive performance by Montreal and especially Heather Bull.
Yeah, no, it's a great game, great first week. I hope that we get to see more of this as the season progresses. Anyways, I think that's gonna about do it for us today. Um,
I agree.
yeah, this is Aegis signing off. Hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys enjoyed.
And Max signing off once again, and we'll see you guys on the next match day. Bye bye.